Now, I am hearing that her ex-husband Kevin and Sharina are no longer together, and you know what that is.
Well, come on now.
The money gone.
What you thought was going to happen?
The money is gone.
Kelvin.
So, of course.
What happened to that restaurant?
He's trying to get with Wendy.
I know a lot of y'all have been wondering where Sharina Hudson is now that she and Kevin Hunter can no longer siphon money from Wendy Williams. Well, surprise, surprise, allegedly she's pulling one heck of a disappearing act from Kevin because he's broke and she was only there for the money.
Say it was more like 15 years. She was one of these, less than smart women who moved to the big city with bright lights, and she wanted to be a model. And so you know how the girls with the sparkler champagne bottles at the club, they get people to spend more money, they dress scantily clad and things like that.
Now, the last time we had any engagement from Kevin and Sharina was when Kevin paid tribute to Sharina for her birthday and described her as his wife in all caps with 2 red exclamation points in a post where he was like, "Happy birthday to my queen, mother, chef, wife. If you want it, you can get it for the rest of your life." Well, reportedly, now that Sharina is no longer getting anything from Kevin, she has no business staying with him, especially since they were fully dependent on Wendy.
I mean, I don't know how they're raising the daughter Journey, who's almost 2 years. I think she's 2, like next month or something.
Wow.
That's not my problem. I know that
sure
my
isn't.
child, my alimony for all 3 of them is on time every month.
And Kevin no longer has the capacity to pay all those business ventures he started with Wendy's money, but none of them ever succeeded. Remember when Kevin took Sharina through school to be a massage therapist? And when that didn't work, he opened a kiosk for her at the mall in North Carolina where she's from. He even helped her set up a jewelry and clothing line online called Lavish. And at one point, Sharina was also a realtor, and she listed the location of her company at her Morristown residence, which is the same house Kevin purchased for Sharina to live in using Wendy's money. Sometime in 2021, Sharina also opened a vegan company, financed, of course, with Wendy's money, and started making vegan pancakes in the kitchen that Wendy also paid for. Honey, I know a lot of y'all say that they should have spent the money more reasonably, but then again, they didn't care because it wasn't coming out of their pocket. And now that it's all gone, so is Miss Hudson. I mean, what more could Sharina do with a man who not only stopped providing for her, but he also put the house he was living in with her for sale, took 2 loans out on 2 luxury cars through a company called Flex Wealth, and in addition, he was also hit with a lawsuit from UBS Bank accusing him of refusing to pay up on his credit card. Even when Kevin took Wendy to court for the second time to have his alimony resumed, Wendy's guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, said that the payments to Kevin were to terminate if Wendy's yearly earned income was less than 2 times her then yearly income as of February 1st, 2020. The Guardian then said that Wendy, who had not shown up to host the Wendy Williams show for her entire last season, stopped being paid her full salary in October of 2021, but Kevin continued to be paid his alimony. According to Sabrina, as a result, Kevin had been unjustly enriched by the receipt of $112,500. The monthly payment was $37,500, so times 3 months, it came to $112,500. And Sabrina wanted Kevin to pay back the money plus interest. So he was not just broke, he was also in a lot of debt. Well, word on the street is that Sharina has taken the little that was left and is nowhere to be seen. And Big Kev, on the other hand, is still fighting to have his alimony resumed. Initially, Kevin claimed that his monthly payments, which were made by Wendy as agreed to in their divorce, suddenly stopped in February 2022. And he even had the audacity to ask the court order Wendy's guardian to make payments as contractually required. But when that failed, Kevin was back in court demanding that Wendy's guardian should resume his alimony, and in the court documents he said, "On December 8, 2022, I attended a mediation with Wendy's counsel and Wendy's New York court-appointed guardian attorney, Sabrina Morrissey. In that mediation, Wendy's counsel and guardian agreed to provide statements to accounts and bank records they claimed to have gotten permission from the New York court to provide. He then said that despite supposed assurances from Wendy's guardian and her attorney that they would provide him with Wendy's bank records, they never materialized. So by December 19th, after reportedly failing to get any further correspondence from Wendy's team, Kevin said he emailed the mediator and copied all parties addressing lack of transparency and bad faith in their lack of honesty in mediation. Baby, Kevin is still at it, and he is still insisting that his alimony should resume. In fact, during one of the hearings, Kevin brought up a case in which Sabrina was named as a defendant and was accused of being involved in a racketeering scheme involving another person. He actually noted that Sabrina is under a RICO investigation and that he has no problem with arbitration and he just wants the documents from Wendy's finances. According to him, there were blatant lies in what she was telling everybody, and they still haven't seen the bank records, and she's supposed to give him access to the retirement accounts. Basically, he was saying that there has been gross negligence, and as far as her being a guardian, he doesn't trust the woman. Kev, darling, if it makes it any better, we don't trust Sabrina either. But the only problem is that as much as you are fighting to have the alimony resumed, there's actually no money for you or Sabrina. Here's the thing.
Why can't you access your money right now?
I have no idea. I'm gonna tell you something. If it happens to me, it could happen to you.
Apparently, Wendy had $55 million in the bank before her guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, took over her finances and told her that she had no money left. In fact, in an affidavit submitted to a New Jersey court, Wendy's best friend, Regina Shell, claimed to have seen her Wells Fargo bank statement. She said, "In July of 2022, Wendy invited me to stay with her in New York City for an extended period. During that visit, Wendy expressed to me that she wished to explore options regarding her estate, specifically a possible change with her current financial institution. She also shared with me documents from Wells Fargo showing a cumulative balance of nearly $55 million. In addition, Regina also claimed that in December of that year, she was invited to join Wendy in a meeting with another bank. Wendy has scheduled an appointment with Bank of America's private banking group, which included the senior vice president, private client advisor, wealth strategist, market director, and several others to outline the best products available. After the meeting, Regina says she witnessed Wendy handing the Bank of America proposals and documents to Sabrina as they were all in the same vehicle to drive to the courthouse. However, just days later, after returning to her California home, Regina reveals she received an urgent call from Wendy's then publicist, and the publicist claimed to have overheard a conversation between Wendy and Sabrina, where Sabrina gave Wendy the unfortunate news that there is no money in Wendy's account. Regina then said in the affidavit, "In disbelief, I immediately contacted Miss Morrissey. Miss Morrissey and I have been in regular contact, and I fully expected her to tell me there was some sort of miscommunication. But instead, I was blocked from all communication with her and denied access to my beloved friend. May 1st of 2023 was the last time I spoke with Wendy. I hereby affirm that the foregoing statements are true and correct to the best of my knowledge and belief." Regina has actually been very vocal, saying that the way she knows Wendy, she's definitely being forced to be silent. In fact, like many others, she doesn't understand how Wendy's recent birthday just went by. According to family and friends, Wendy's birthdays have always been a big deal, and it's really sad that her nearest and dearest couldn't see her or even speak to her for her milestone 60th. Wendy has really only spoken to her sister, father, and her son, Lil Kev, since she's been away since May of last year, and they have to wait for Wendy to call them, and according to them, it was a really sad state of affairs on what should be such a joyous day for her. Personally, I can't believe that given the circumstances, Kevin is still trying to get his alimony resumed. Well, maybe it's the only way he will get Sharina back now that she's missing in action. But clearly he's going to need to find another way because nobody knows where Wendy's money went. Child, what do you think of the karma that has been hitting them left, right, and center though? And what exactly do you think is happening with Wendy? I can't wait to know what you think, so drop your thoughts in the comments section below.